Show Me Rally would be our second blind rally ever, but with speeds over 100 miles an hour, the stakes would be a whole lot higher. Before we could even think of entering this race, we had to take care of the motor issues that have been plaguing us all season long. Our friends at Ecotech Import Auto Services, who built the motor we've been running the last two races, was convinced that it was the computer and they could take care of it. So we dropped the car off so they could work their magic. They removed the standalone computer we've been using, they installed an upgraded Subaru computer, took it to the dyno, got it tuned, and now it's making even more power than ever. Thank you, Ecotech. Rally Wyoming was supposed to be the next race in the series, but since it got canceled, I had a few extra weeks to make sure the car was as ready as it could be for the Show Me Rally. Ever since the Southern Ohio Forest Rally, the transmission wouldn't shift from 5th directly down into 4th. So I'd take this opportunity to pull the transmission and take it to my friend over at ZF Design and get it sorted out. It'd take a few late nights, but I'd get the car put back together, and I'd even have time to fix the wheel scraper that got ripped off at the previous race. One neat thing about driving to all these rallies is you get to see so much of the country. So much different weather, so many different roads, awesome sights all around. With no practice and no reconnaissance, we just go straight to Parc Exposé and show off the car to the fans. Alright, we're here at Parc Exposé, car's running awesome. I know if you've been watching the rest of the videos, hard to believe I got a car that works at the beginning of the race. But we're here, motor feels good, ZF Design got the transmission sorted out. Haven't even mentioned that before, but it had a little issue shifting from 5th to 4th. So we're looking good all around. Looking forward to these roads. Let's go racing. The first stage would be the traditional super special stage from the rally in the 100-acre wood. It would take us around a couple loops of the local park so the fans could see the racing.
4,
I'm good. Actually, yeah.
You gotta stay hydrated. It's humid. We're sweating.
Not only does Mike make sure I don't get lost, but he makes sure that I'm able to race at my full potential. We're trying out launch control for the first time ever at this race, and so far, I'm not a big fan. Although it's a blind rally, they do supply you with graphical notes called tulips that show you intersections and obstacles that are particularly dangerous. Mike would be tracking the tulips based on mileage, and he would give me a countdown based on tenths of miles coming up to where that obstacle is supposed to be. At nearly 100 miles an hour, we would catch a little air over one of the big crests. Hopefully, the road kept going on the other side. Not only do these high-speed roads favor high horsepower cars in general, but in a blind rally, high horsepower cars generally have an advantage because they can go slower through the turns and make up time on the straights. Since our car is lower powered, I'd have to rely on my ability to read the road and carry maximum speed through the turns. road in a particularly loose off-camber turn, the car would hook up and take us into the ditch. We'd come out smooth, but we'd knock a mirror off in the process. Stage would be a trip back to the Super Special, but this time it would be run in reverse.
3, 2, 1.
Since the stage has never been run in this direction, the lines would be unnatural, and we'd do a little bit of off-road. When the front wheels hook in the ruts from the previous running of this stage, it sends us into the embankment and puts us up on two wheels.
I know, it's like a freeway covered in marbles. Yeah. Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Stage 4 would be a repeat of Stage 2, but as you can see, I was picking up a ton of confidence reading the roads and a ton of speed as well. Even though the risks were high, I was feeling great, and the car was running flawlessly, so we were pushing it.
So Dave, how's life?
So far so good. Loop 1 went good. We had a couple close calls, but all in all we were going fast and setting good times. And we're not far off Patella and his open car, so feeling good.
Cool.
3, 2, 1, go.
Not only would Stage 5 be on a new road, but it had recently been raining there, so the road surface would be completely different from what we were used to. we found out, there was a slippery layer on top, but when you dug in hard on the turns, the car would hook up good and get some good traction. A fifth gear shift means we were just over 105 miles an hour. These road conditions would make handling unpredictable.
5, 4, 3, 2.
We'd lose our forward-facing camera, but it's amazing to see just how calm it looks in the car when you can't see what's going on around you. It looks like we're out for a Sunday drive. This was about as exciting as it got inside the car. This turn is about 60 to 70 miles per hour. But inside the car, it looks like we're just cruising around your average turn. Another 105 mile an hour shift, and then back down to 80 and fourth.
Dave Brown, thunderstorms coming. How does that make you feel? I heard thunderstorms scare you.
You heard wrong. You are incorrect.
You laugh in the face of danger.
Yeah, we had a little thunder and lightning, a little bit of rain out on the last stage, and made for interesting conditions. When you weren't turning hard, it was a little bit slippery on top, but when you really turned in hard and dug into the dirt below, it was good times, made it interesting.
I heard you're 5 seconds behind Fatella. How are you going to get that back?
I think we're 25 seconds total. He keeps, every time we go a little faster, he goes a little faster, so at this point we're just trying to get to the finish, and maybe we'll get a little luck. I want to put just a splash more fuel in it, not much.
What are we at now?
About right there.
Oh, right there. And we need to be to right
We're
there?
here, we want to be here.
Okay.
For the second to the last stage of the rally, we'd throw on our light bar and race into the evening. The stage would be on another new road, and since we were close to Fatella, we'd keep the pressure on just in case you made a mistake. We didn't get any film out on stage, but a torrential downpour would roll through the area just as we were finishing stage 7. Cars further back in the field would have to race through the monsoon, and there were even stories of tree limbs falling right in front of cars, and they'd be forced to run them over at speed. Visibility was down to almost nothing, and it was hard to even transit to the next stage. Ultimately, we'd get stuck at the next stage for over an hour, and they'd end up having to close it because of the rain. The Fatella Rally team would run perfect all day long, and we wouldn't be able to catch them. But we would get first place in open lights and retain our overall lead nationally. We had a ton of fun, and with a small overall points lead going into the last race of the season, the pressure was really on. Whoever wins the next race is going to be the overall national champion. So stay tuned, and I hope to see you out at the races.